Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to a less aggressive, more whimsical version of Tim Pool. I was at LAX 2 nights ago in Terminal B, and I had asked Siri about cabin depressurization because I'm one of those people with a slightly inconquerable fear of flying. It's a magical thing, being able to ask a question to Siri or Google and have the answer spit right back out to you in about a matter of a few seconds. But do you know how much money Google pays Apple to be Siri's default search engine? $3 billion a year. That's right. Siri is not Google by default, which gets me thinking about the hierarchy of power, or at least the hierarchy of distribution. The best way to think about media is that there are essentially two big aspects. You have what are essentially manufacturers and pipelines. That's the best way to think about the world. Google realizes that it can make money through ads. But in order to make money through ads, it's got to have people going to Google. And one of the biggest portals to Google is mobile. So how do they assure that they're the mobile, search engine for most people? They pay the phone creator, which is Apple. Apple is able to make money off of Google because Google has it in their best interest to be the dominant default search engine on mobile phones. Same with Facebook, right? Facebook has an interest in being the dominant portal, for lack of better words. And the same reason or thing driving Facebook to offer internet to Africa and India and various third world countries, maybe that's not the politically correct way to refer to them, is that Facebook realizes the power hierarchy and that the portal, while Facebook may not be able to manufacture phones, if they offer the internet and then the internet portal is through Facebook, that's as good as getting more users and more engagement on Facebook. In fact, I think they surveyed a country, I'm not sure if it was Nigeria or Indonesia, where they asked, what is the internet? And more than 50% of the survey respondents said Facebook is the internet for the countries that have been offered Facebook or the internet for free via satellite that Facebook had put up or telecommunications channels. And Facebook realizes that, by controlling that pipeline, they can make more money. That gets back into the pipeline thing, the distribution. So you have kind of the phone maker at the top, right? Charging money to Google because Google makes money from ads, and then they want to be the primary search engine. So it goes phone maker, right? In this imaginary pipeline manufacturer. So you have the biggest pipeline, which is phones, right? And the Google needs to get down that pipeline. So Google pays money to get their Google them down the pipeline of the phones. But then what goes below Google? This is where media companies come in, both on Google and on Facebook. Google and Facebook are the pipelines for media companies, and media companies need to get their content through these pipelines. And Google and Facebook realize it, which is why, for instance, Google had only 3-second video views and basically no copyright laws. They were allowing anybody to upload video through their pipeline because they wanted to build up a big, solid pipeline of content. But that gives all the power and leverage to the pipeline holders. And ultimately, when the content creators, when the media outlets gambled, as they make money too through advertising, that, people will advertise, with us, but they're making all their content through the pipeline. And the person who controls the pipeline, in this case Facebook or Google, ultimately controls the ads. So all the big spenders chose to spend on Facebook and Google rather than the content creators, which came on the third totem pole. Because of that, they became over-leveraged. And for a while, it was a symbiotic relationship. But ultimately, Facebook and Google, because they control the pipeline, they can squeeze, they can make it trickle and say, no, we're not going to promote, videos that aren't uploaded natively to, or only promote videos that are uploaded natively to Facebook. If you try to post a YouTube link on Facebook, we're going to de-rank that. But if you upload the video on Facebook, then we'll prioritize that. If you upload the post on Facebook, we'll prioritize that. But if you backlink to your site, we'll deprioritize that. They can pull a kind of Vladimir Putin Russia style. They can crank down the oil. We control the pipeline, fine. We'll squeeze you off to get what we want. And because of that, they're able to bend publishers, media outlets to their will a little bit. And this ultimately led to media responding in a couple ways. For instance, Facebook and BuzzFeed had a very cozy relationship. BuzzFeed was one of the first companies to recognize how dependent they were on the Facebook pipeline to get their content out to the masses of users. So they cozy up to Facebook quite a bit, even getting buildings where Facebook and BuzzFeed shared the same offices. And they imagined their best bet to assuring that the continued stream of their content down the pipeline of Facebook was to just befriend Facebook. This ultimately did not work out, but it was a very lucrative relationship for both for quite a few years. Anyway, it all gets back to the hierarchy, the power hierarchy, and that media companies are ultimately low on that power hierarchy. And unless they're able to find ways to get users back to their initial site, their native site. Let's take Vice, for instance. While Vice may be very popular on the pipelines, on Facebook and on YouTube, the people really making money off the Vice content on those pipelines are the pipelines themselves. The only way Vice can truly make money is that they're able to get these viewers back to the site, back to Vice.com. But so far, they haven't been able to do it as much as they promised their investors, promised the VC capitalist, projected. And because they haven't been able to convert, ultimately, the swaths of users and viewers on the pipelines back to their native sites, you've seen the kind of downturn in the economy of media publishers, at least digital ones. Something to think about, the kind of manufacturers and pipelines and the order of hierarchy. And anyhow, anyway, let me know what you guys think. As always, thanks for watching. Click around for another video, like, subscribe. It's very bright. I'm barely keeping my eyes open here.